Welcome back to Theresa's Dead. My name is Theresa and I'm very much alive. I have an awful garbage, filthy mouth, so your discretion is advised, but if you're not into that or weird shit in general, this is definitely not the place for you. Feel free to exit the video here. No harm, no foul, but I'll remember our time fondly. Y'all, we have a new palette to talk about, and that is from Nomad Cosmetics. So let me finally show you what it looks like, even though you've probably seen what it looks like online already. When you open this bad boy up, you get 15 beautiful shades that are perfectly, beautifully embossed, that just screams the height of royalty. There are 10 mattes and 5 multichromes. Now the great thing about this palette is that, hey, you know what? I like this palette, but I don't want the mattes. I have mattes like that. I want these multichromes. Well, baby, you're in luck because these can be sold separately. The palette retails for $57, but if you wanted to buy the multichromes separately, you cannot buy the matte separately. But if you wanted the multichromes separately, they're $12 a piece, which I have to say, is fantastic if you are an avid consumer of multichromes, specifically jeweled multichromes, because those babies retail for like usually upwards to like $17 to $20+. So seeing a $12 price point is fantastic. That said, in today's video, I created 2 different looks for y'all because I have to go to work today and I just don't give a shit. I want to see how many people can see the difference between my eyes on my Zoom meetings, because I just don't care. I don't care. It's casual Friday when I'm filming this, so I could fucking care less. Anywhoosies, if you want to know how I created these 2 looks, along with my detailed thoughts about the palette, well, keep on watching. Hello, hi. Okay, so I have my, ew, what is that? Hold on, there's like some, oh, that's gooey. Wait, hold please, hold on. Okay, that was unsettling. There's something gooey on my desk. Okay, so hi. This morning, it is early and I have meetings today and I don't give a fuck. We're gonna do 2 different eye looks because I am loving the shit out of this palette and I just want to play with it. That's all I want to do. I just want to keep playing with it. I don't know, where do I start? Where do I start? Kind of want to play with the blues a little bit. Actually, the greens too. I want to play with it all. I think what I might want to do, I'm going to start with the blues. We're going to play with the blues. I don't know, the blonde, the yellow, it feels like it makes sense. They're already starting construction. It's fucking 6:30. Okay, anyway. All right, so I used a little bit of my Kaleidos Tone Activator Primer. And I think what I want to do is start with the darker blue, which is Hall of Mirrors. And I'll put that in the crease, because then we're going to use the shade above that, Palace of Versailles, to blend it out. And goddamn, we are pigmented. All right. So I went in with like 1 dip, but then I banged the hell out of it to try to get any excess pigment off of it. What did Bob Ross say? Whack the devil out of it? Yeah, that's what I did. Anyway, my fucking arm hurts so goddamn badly. So Alex and I decided to start working out and just, you know, eating better or whatever. We don't have a goal in mind. This channel is not going to be about that. It's just, we just want to feel healthy, right? And we started working out this week and we've been pretty much working out like almost every day. My arms, I want to rip them off my body. This is too much energy. This is too much. So if you just see me from now on just not being expressive with my hands, then you know that my arms are dead. This is going on very, very nicely. So far, all those shades that I played with so far, everything has just been so fucking perfect. And I'm obsessed with this palette. I really am. Spoiler alert, I'm so obsessed. So this is what she looks like. She's looking pretty good. Kind of want to go in just a little bit more just to deepen it up a little bit, because I think I knocked off too much pigment. So we're just gonna do that. Lay it right in the crease. I'm trying also to kind of gingerly place this down because I don't want to deal with any fallout or anything like that. As you see, my base looks like butter, so we gotta keep that. Okay, no joke. I kind of like how fucking dramatic this looks. I look like you will not fuck with me, and I like that. I want to go into the shade Palace of Versailles. Oh, it's blending up very, very nicely. I feel like I'm giving you Mimi Bobek. I think I went a little too high, but whatever, we're gonna make this work. It's like, okay. The only thing I wish this palette had was an even lighter blue shade, just so that I can blend that out just a little bit more. But I'm not mad at it though. Oh yeah, I'm giving you full Mimi Bobek. All right. I mean, you know, not mad. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, ooh, There's so many options. I kind of want to be a little bit monochromatic and stick just to this row. So we're going to go into Bleu de France, which is this one, Bleu de France. And I'm gonna use a layer of glitter glue. This is usually the best method for me when I want to basically fuck around with multichromes. I find that that sticks the best. That Palace of Versailles shade, it actually makes me think of, if you didn't know, in Orlando, specifically in Windermere, there is this house called the Palace of Versailles. There's a whole documentary and everything about it, and a show too, I believe on Discovery Plus. Look it up, it's very fucking interesting. I kind of want to see the house, but then I feel like that's kind of stalking. So I don't think I'm gonna drive by, but I kind of want to see it in person because it looks really fucking impressive, but it's also, you know, I don't even know. I don't think there's any words really to describe it except like, so anyway, that's what it makes me think of. And if you watch a Discovery show, there's like this bird kitchen or some shit. I don't know, it was fucking wild. Anyway, we're gonna go in with the Bleu de France shade. I'm so sorry for even saying it like that. And we're gonna lay this puppy down. And you know what I really like about this look is that it's a super monochromatic look. It kind of reminds me of the ocean, and I'm loving every second of it. Maybe not the ocean on this planet, because the more I look at it, I'm like, well, I mean, is it really the ocean here? No, probably on an alien planet, because it's like, you know, fucking multichrome. But I just like how all of this looks though. I love how this whole row is. I think that's what I love about this palette, is that it's really easy in the sense that you could just kind of really stick to the column. Of course you can mix and match. It's kind of nice to be able to be like, I'm gonna do this. And for me, multichromes, I like to just let it shine on the lid because it's so fucking cool. Now, is this the most unique multichrome? Absolutely not. It's definitely a multichrome that I feel like if you are an avid consumer of multichromes, you probably have, but the quality is pretty nice. And I think the best part is that there is literally no fallout. I don't have any chunkiness, no flaking, no bullshit. It's looking really, really fucking good. Just want to get right up into that lash line. I love this so much. Ooh, bitch. I love this so much. This is so pretty. It's effortless. It's easy. It's no frills. It is Mimi Bobek-esque. But I'm not mad about it. I'm really not mad about it. And I'm honestly just incredibly impressed with the fact that there is literally no fallout or anything. Usually with multichromes, there is a very good chance of it being like a, I don't know, a glitter bukkake situation or crumbles around the area. But as you can see from this shade, there is literally no fallout. I'm even fucking touching it just to see if there's anything that's gonna fall loose. Nothing. This is fucking solid. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do now is, I don't think I could really do anything else. So I think I'm just gonna add a little bit of liner right here, and then we're gonna work on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go into the shade Neptune Fortune, which is this nice chocolate brown shade. And I just wanna go really right up to the lash line, trying my hardest not to get the actual shadow into my eye, like so. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this, oh God, how the fuck would I pronounce that? Schönbrunn? I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one and I'm just going to blend it out just a little bit with that shade. Because I kind of want it to kind of match the energy of what's in my waterline a little bit. Think of it like a sandy bottom. Is that a drag queen? If it's not, it should be. I feel like it should be. Is it a drag queen? Sandy bottom. And this is why my videos take so long, because here I am having to Google sandy bottom, drag queen. It is. It is. Okay. Australia, got it. Okay. I was like, why does that name sound familiar? So we're gonna go in with the sandy bottom. Looking pretty good. Go in with a clean, fluffy brush to make it a little bit more seamless. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the airbrush from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a pure preference thing. I don't like going too high up to my brow bone. So I wanna see if I can just kind of make it a little bit lighter up here. And I'm just gonna take this brightening powder. I don't wanna try to do too much though, just a little bit. I like this, all right. I think that's exactly what I wanted it to do, which is perfect. The next thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of mascara, and this is the completed look. I mean, she's cute. She's fucking cute. Sandy bottoms all the way. I love this. Okay, moving on to the next eye. I think I want Royal Treasure to really shine on the lid. So what I wanna do is, I'm gonna take the Great Hall shade, which is like this really beautiful kind of cranberry wine shade, and I'm gonna put that in the crease. It's going on very, very easily, which is awesome. And I'm not experiencing any signs of fallout, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Okay, now that we have that down, I think what I want to do is kind of go in with that Palace shade and blend that out. And blend that out into the crease and a little bit above the crease. Try not to go as high as the other one, but we might as well match the energy of Sandy Bottoms. I'm gonna go back into that Great Hall shade just to give it a little bit more dimension. I really like this because it's very, very fucking moody, just like me. I really like this. This is fun. I'm just gonna go back into that Palace shade just to make it a little bit of a softer blend. These are going on really, really good. I am so happy with this little palette. Going with a little clean fluffy brush. Just try to clean up the front over here a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just go in a little bit with Great Hall and Penna Palace, these two. Kind of deepen up that outer corner. I have a little bit of fallout from this one, but I think it's because I'm going fast and loose because all I hear is that construction and it's irking my brain. Okay, blend it back out with this shade. And we're looking pretty good. So I'm going to use a little bit of glitter glue and then I am going to put Royal Treasure all over the lid. I really love how fucking moody this looks. This is exactly what I wanted. So fucking pretty. I like these multi-chromes too because they really look good on their own, meaning like you don't have to put them over a darker base or any base really, right? Other than glitter glue. If I wanted to just wear these on the lid with nothing else, I can. And to me, that is what makes a good multi-chrome because for me, again, kind of comes down to preference. I like things that are very jeweled. So I don't want to have to put on a bunch of shit to make it pop. I want to do the bare minimum. That's what I like about my multi-chromes. And this does not disappoint. So I'm just going to go in a little bit more just on this back end because I initially was going to leave the outer corner open, but I can't help myself. I think this looks really good if it's just all over the lid. And I really like the gradient above the crease. It's very moody. And I kind of feel like it goes with the flip a little bit too, which is nice. Okay, so we have this all over the lid. Looks very, very beautiful. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the liner that I used in my first eye because I feel like this will go very well. I just kind of want to match the energy a little bit. I'm going to use a little bit of that Neptune Fountain shade just in that lower lash line area. Use a little bit of Palace shade to blend it out. I'm going to use the shade Neptune Fountain and I'm going to just line my top lash line. I'm going to throw on some mascara and I'm going to give you my overall thoughts about the palette. All right, so here is the second drag queen look. The only thing I added to this that wasn't a part of the palette is a little bit of white that I put in the inner corner just to make things a little bit more poppy. Okay, so let's talk about it. I'm obsessed with this. I fucking love this palette. I don't really have a lot of complaints about it. Not complaints, I guess more suggestions or things I would have liked to see, but honestly, I'm a pig in shit right now. Yes, like I mentioned before, this was sent to me in PR, but had I picked this up on my own, I would be very, very happy. The price point's at $57, which is higher than most of their palettes, but you have to remember that there are 5 multi-chromes in here. So if you were interested in this palette, but you don't really like the mattes and you just only want the multi-chromes, like I mentioned before, the good news is that you can purchase these separately for $12 a piece, which I have to say, for $12 for a jeweled multi-chrome, that's fucking fantastic. Usually jeweled multi-chromes are kind of closer to like $17 to $20. So that's really, really good. Now, are they the most unique multi-chromes? No, they are your standard multi-chromes. So if you are an avid collector of multi-chromes, you're gonna have these shades in your collection. Formula-wise though, they're fantastic. They went on with glitter glue with ease. They actually have incredible longevity, which to me is the best part about a multi-chrome. I have quite a few multi-chromes that look beautiful, and then after 2 hours, it's like, where the fuck did you go? Hi, Carmen Sandiego, where are you? And I can't find them. These actually stay in place. And that's when I fell in love with this palette. Like, I had a great time with the mattes, but when I saw how long it lasted, I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? Fucking hats off to you, Nomad. This is now my new favorite palette. So let's break down the formula. So in this palette, you get 10 mattes. They're fantastic. I don't have a bad thing to say about them. They're very, very pigmented. So a little bit does go a long way. There was little to no fallout, maybe like a speck or two, but very, very easy to clean. They blended beautifully. Nothing got muddy. Nothing got patchy. The longevity is perfect. The only thing I wish was different, I don't know, maybe 2 shades that were maybe a little bit lighter than the lightest shade, only because I feel like that would have made it a little bit easier blending it out. Like, so for example, when I stuck with the blues, I mean, it was totally my fault. I literally took it all the way up to the brow bone. I wasn't thinking. I was channeling my fucking Mimi Bow back. I was hoping that there would be like a white shade or maybe even like a pale blue shade. It would have made that gradient look awesome. What I did use though was a little bit of setting powder, which is not a huge deal. You could just use a little setting powder, just kind of lighten things up, and it looks beautiful. It looks fine. This is Sandy Bottoms. We love her. For $57, the fact that I kind of need to reach for something else just to kind of make something a little bit lighter is kind of like, ugh, but it's not the end of the world. When I look at this palette, this is definitely for somebody that loves color. If you are afraid of color, this is not for you. Because these are very, 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 very colorful, and I don't even think you can really kind of get a basic bitch and moment out of this. Like, I don't think that's even possible. Don't even bother to look. I think probably the most basic of the shades is pretty much this burnt orange, this brown, and potentially like this maroon wine color. That's probably the most basic you're gonna get. Everything else is just like a very strong pop of color. I love that these are darker mattes. I feel like they pair so well with the multi-chromes. But most importantly, as a darker matte, there's a really good chance that things kind of become a little bit patchy and just difficult to blend out. And the fact that I didn't experience that with this, fucking amazing. These are the Nomad mattes that I love so much, and I'm so happy to see them in this palette. So I don't have a bad thing to say about any of these little babies. Like, they're really fucking good. Now when it comes to the multi-chromes, oh bitch, they're so good. They're so nice. Like I've mentioned time and time again, my favorite type of multi-chrome is a jeweled multi-chrome. And these hold up very, very well. They applied beautifully with glitter glue. They have incredible longevity, and they don't flake. I find that probably one of the most important things is that these do not flake. There are so many multi-chromes out there that I love and adore, but the fallout is fucking for real and intense, and I hate it because there's a time and place to basically look like you fucked a disco ball, okay? Some multi-chromes that I absolutely adore, I hate that I really need to put down a fucking tarp because once it gets into the skin, there's sparkle everywhere, you know what I mean? These do not do that. They applied beautifully with the brush, and even when I was just kind of using a finger just to see if anything would just kind of fall loose, like shake loose, like change, nothing happened. And I was like, oh, thank God. These are fucking fantastic. This is probably like my 5th or 6th time playing with this palette because it's one of those palettes that it's just like, I want to take it off my face immediately after I put it on because I cannot wait to continue to play with it. So these multi-chromes do not disappoint. Again, they are not the most unique colors. They are the standard multi-chrome 5. If you are an avid collector, then you definitely have these. That said, the formula is fantastic. For $12, these are fucking great. They're great. I don't have a bad thing to say about them. I really don't. I wish I could be more critical. I can't because these are so good. Now, I guess if I were to have a complaint or anything like that, or maybe it's more of like a preference. I don't want to say complaint. Maybe a preference is that, yes, these multi-chromes are the kind of standard 5, right? The standard 5 that are pretty much pictured anytime you think of a multi-chrome. Do I wish that they were a little bit more unique? Sure, of course. But what I do think they do very well with is they pair beautifully with this palette. I love that this palette is so user-friendly in the sense that if you kind of are a little bit overwhelmed with like, I don't know what this is going to look good or not or whatever, just go down. Just go down. It's like the perfect 3 shades. It's all you fucking need because at the end of the day, you want to let that multi-chrome shine. Of course, you want to have like the mattes have their moment, but it's all about the multi-chrome, bitch. So I love that I can literally just look down and go, okay, this is what I want to do, boop, 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 and we're good. Now, of course, you can mix and match and they do work beautifully. Again, I didn't experience any muddiness with anything, but I love the fact that it's simple. You know, I say this is not for someone who doesn't like color, and I still firmly believe that, but if you are someone that's like, ooh, I kind of want to get into color, but I'm afraid of like mixing too many things because it's just going to look like just a big old shit mess, this is kind of a nice palette to look at because you're like, okay, I can just follow the line. This is easy peasy and it's going to look beautiful every time. So I like this, y'all. I love the feel of the palette. I love this texture. I love this price point. Like I mentioned, if I didn't get this in PR, I would have picked this up and I would not be disappointed at all. This is fantastic. I know. I'm so happy. The last palette from Nomad was not my favorite and I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about future releases. And this totally just renewed my faith that, you know what? People can have a bad day. Everyone is allowed to have a bad moment and it's fine. And they totally redeemed themselves with this. So listen, if you were interested, whether you wanted to pick up the full palette or the multi-chromes, feel free to do so. Everything you need to know will be listed in the description box. And like I mentioned before, I am affiliated with the brand. Use the code Theresa is dead to save 10% off your order. And yes, it is affiliated, meaning I do get a kickback. So anyway, now I would love to hear from y'all. I'm actually kind of mad that I have to go to work now. I feel like such a badass warrior bitch. I just want to go out. I just want to be free. I want to run around. I want to be like, yes, I have 2 eye looks. Fuck with me. That's what I want today. Anywhoosies. I'm so mad that I have to go to work. I don't want to go to work. I look too cool. Anyway, I want to hear from y'all. Let me know down below if you're interested in picking up this palette, or if you're going to be skipping out, let me know, because I just love hearing from you. And with that said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it as always. Feel free to like, comment, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and hit that bell icon for notification of all my future posts. Follow me on Instagram, and to my wonderful patrons and YouTube members, thank you so much for keeping this delicious, disgusting, filthy, trashy, really filthy, really gross, really nasty garbage boat afloat. Couldn't do without you. I love your adorable little delicious faces, and I just want to gobble you all up so you can like live inside my belly, and we can be one and be like a grand old time, and we can like dress like fierce warrior bitches named Sandy Bottoms or Mimi Bobek, and we can rule the world. If you want that, come with me. If you want to know what is currently on my face, everything you need to know will be listed in the description box down below, and I'll see you little warriors later. Bye.